Okay, we are live. I am here today with some friends of mine that I think I got to meet most of you through the 100-Day Business Builder Challenge that we were all in. It was with MLSP, and these are the challenge winners for social media. It was voted on by their peers, and they all tied for first place for social media. So we have with us today Christina Irvin, Felicia Mucco, and Tom Leonard. So I'll let you each introduce yourself and give a little bit of information about you first. Whoever wants to start. Christina, you want to start?
Sure. I'm Christina Irvin. I live in Northeast Tennessee. I decided about a year ago that I was going to, start my exit plan from corporate America, and I'm absolutely loving it. I came online to just add another dynamic to my business, and I'm absolutely loving it. And thanks for having me, Angel.
Oh, thanks for being here. Hi, Felicia.
Hey, good morning, Angel. All right, well, I'm Felicia Mupa. I live in Dallas, Texas. I am a network marketer who does most of my networking, prospecting, and promotions through online channels. For the most part, when it comes to social media and online promotions, I use Facebook as well, but really video. A lot of video activity.
Awesome, and you have amazing videos. I love watching your videos.
Thank you, dear.
And hi, Tom. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Yeah, Tom Leonard. I'm here from Burbank, California. I've been doing some online marketing. I've been doing online marketing for years and years and years, but just doing more on the network marketing side of online. One of the things I found in network marketing is so many people that I know that are really successful in network marketing have built such a huge business face-to-face. And now with the internet, and it's just really interesting to see how to take those kinds of tools, bring them online, see what's successful. That's what's so much fun about the social media side of things, is because that's where you can really emulate those kinds of interactions and see what works, see what you can do to be successful.
Right, exactly. It's pretty awesome, and it's been so great to watch you guys throughout that challenge. Like, it was through the summer. We're a little bit after it now, but just watching you guys put out your information and share it and just grow as well. I mean, like I say, I didn't know you very well before then, but there's definitely a reason you guys were voted for first place. And so I'm going to just, at first, the first question basically is just going to be, what is your platform of choice? So, and what I kind of like about each of you is it's different for each of you. So that's, I only know that because I already know you, but share with everybody else what your platform of choice is. Go ahead. We'll go, you're in order on my thing, going Christina, Felicia, Tom, so we'll just go in that order.
Oops. Okay, so my platform of choice is actually Google Plus. That is my primary. And I kind of secondary have Facebook.
Right, and you are awesome. We were just all on a hangout with Christina this morning. She was schooling us on some G+, and really she's just awesome at it. Sorry, I've got a little sidekick here today. And just really filling us in. That girl has tips if you want to know. A lot of people are afraid, not afraid, but I know a lot of people that don't want to use Google Plus or don't see it as benefit to their business, whereas, and like you said this morning, I find, like, and I've said before in my blog post, that your content, if you're putting out content, you need to be using Google Plus. It's just a no-brainer. And if you want some awesome tips, I'll put your connect information in this post so that people can get on your list and get that information on Google Plus, because you've got tons of it. So Felicia, what do you like to use?
Well, my favorite thing to do is video, so I really use video for marketing efforts a lot. Now, when I say video, it doesn't necessarily mean YouTube, which a lot of people think about. I have used YouTube, though. But as far as social media, I actually use Facebook more so than YouTube. My my marketing strategy of preference is blogging. So I use video blogging very heavily. And then as far as Facebook, I use Facebook one for video promotion. And I apologize, guys. I'm a little sick here, so that's why you're not seeing me on camera and why my voice is a little scratchy and my mind's a little foggy. But we'll hopefully it's coming across okay. I use Facebook for promoting my content as far as my blog posts, which are very informational based. But then that's really what I use if you think of kind of coffee shop networking, where you're going in and intentionally meeting people one-on-one. A little bit different of a strategy than going out and trying to get 1,000 or 1,000,000 followers. I'm not shooting for 1,000,000 followers. I'm shooting for a handful or a strong handful of people that I really get a chance to get to know, network, and connect with. So I use it as that mingling spot.
Right. Well, and you're good at that, and I'm finding it like I was never that big on social media. I never really spent a lot of time on there. I use it for content, and then I get off because I wasn't the mingler. But I'm finding now how important those relationships are, and just the community even, and not only just for building your business, but just getting to know you guys and getting to know this community of people. You can start to feel removed in social media if you're not interacting, and so I just think, you guys are such a great example of staying active in that and supporting people and talking to people and being the people that people will go to. And so, Felicia, if you don't mind me talking about this, if it's okay, you had something pretty major happen during the challenge where your YouTube channel got shut down.
It did, yes. So that was a big setback to me because while I say now, not necessarily YouTube. I was pretty heavy on YouTube and building up some subscriber base there and promoting my videos through that channel. It somehow got entangled in, I guess, a bunch of flagging that was going on of videos, and did get my primary YouTube channel under suspension for 2 weeks. Had it back for about 10 days, and then a video of me talking about a webinar that I was hosting got flagged for copyright infringement, and that took my channel down. So my main YouTube channel is officially gone. So you won't find any of that content out there. Now, I did switch over. I have a different video promotion and hosting platform. I now have chosen to use Wistia. Wistia works similar to YouTube in a lot of ways, except for not being a search engine per se. But that's where that hosts my videos and does SEO promotions.
Right, and so you lose that searching side of it, but you're secure. And I think, I felt so bad for you, but I mean, it wasn't. You were caught in the middle of. For those who don't know, there was just this massive amount of people who I had one. I was lucky. I only had one that was flagged, but I did get a strike, so I had to create a separate Google account to be able to do Hangouts now. But I can't imagine. Losing that. You built it so long, and you had such a huge following, and to have to start over. But the fact that you're able to persevere and come out as a winner in social media when you had such a huge setback is just awesome. So I applaud you for being able to get through that and just keep going, because a lot of people would have thrown their hands up in the air and been like, that's it, I'm done.
Cool, thank you.
You're welcome. So Tom, what is your social media platform of choice?
Yeah, just a word back there on getting the YouTube videos taken down. Mine was also taken down, but one of the things I figured out was one of the things that YouTube is cracking down on more than in the past is using other people's brands or copyrighted materials. And in the past, I used to work over here at Warner Brothers, and we always worked with YouTube to get pirated copy taken down. what I've noticed is I put up some videos of just wandering in front of the Warner Brothers studio with the shield, with the logo. Once I put those up, my account went down. I'm just bringing this up because anyone that uses movie images as part of their video, or you see a lot of thumbnails with memes on them, beware. Those things are really putting you at risk for YouTube to come in and grab you. So I just was going to throw that out. No, what I've been using is Twitter, and one of the things that when during the 100-day Biz Challenge, when it was like when Terry Grimeau was showing us all how Twitter was done, I was like, wow, that makes sense. I can actually do this. And one of the things that I figured out that I don't know why it didn't occur to me before, and you guys have kind of touched on it, is that instead of using Twitter as a distribution platform where I want to grab, I want to accumulate thousands and thousands of followers and then send them links, I do just the opposite and make it a communications platform. So I'm out there finding people to talk to, have a conversation, so that it eventually leads off of social media. No one really buys anything on social media. It's very rare if I send you a link and you're going to click on it and actually take out a credit card. But what I can do is it can lead to a phone conversation. And the other thing that I figured out with it is how to take the conversation off of Twitter and move it over to Facebook. Because a lot of people you can find on Twitter, you can make that connection, then you can go over to Facebook, you can find out a whole lot more about them, you can have maybe a more detailed conversation over there on Facebook. So that's another thing that I've kind of been looking for more lately. But that's probably more than you wanted to hear.
That's awesome information, Tom. As a matter of fact, I got that from Tom's awesome boot camp, Twitter boot camp. And I've actually employed that thought process for Google Plus, of taking people from Google Plus to Facebook to get more information. So thanks, Tom, for that little nugget. I took that from you, buddy.
Anytime.
That's awesome. I do the same thing with Twitter, where if and I think like there's so many people that use Twitter wrong, and I didn't know that about you. So you just started really getting into Twitter during the challenge? You didn't already, like you weren't already a master at it?
No, I was. I had a few different Twitter accounts out there. I had about 14,000 followers on a couple of different accounts, but I've never used it as a communication device. And it was really amazing because just this week I was on a Skype call with a woman in Canada, and she goes, I have been on Twitter for 5 years. And you're the first person that ever had a real conversation with me. She said, that's why I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to see what you were doing, how you actually had a conversation on Twitter. And I've had that same discussion a few times. And it's like, oh, okay, then it's good because then it builds my authority, but it also kind of leads me to the people that I think are going to be more interesting and more productive to work with.
Sorry, I've got a little one here that's just not stopping talking. That's so funny because I find the same thing when I message people through Twitter. They're surprised to hear from you, and it's almost like you can feel that, like, whoa, wait a minute, like you're reaching out to me. And I do get a bit of hesitancy, I think, because people aren't used to it. But you just remain yourself and you ask some questions about them, and they get comfortable pretty soon. But it's pretty funny to be able to tell when someone's surprised that you're messaging them. I used to just tweet thanks for the follow, and instead I've become more selective with the people that I'm talking to and just go straight into that message, because that's where you make that connection, right? So that's a really good point. So for you guys, you had to, and this can kind of be worded in an awkward way, and I don't want to put you in a position where you're having to say why you were better than everybody, but the fact is, you guys did something different to stand out. And a lot of people were on social media, a lot of people were putting content in there, but your guys stood out. And because you're voted on by your peers, that's a huge thing. That's your people in the industry respecting you, looking up to you, and kind of honoring you with, oh great, I'm getting a pop-up here, with being able to just give you that pat on the back and just tell you how awesome you are. And I'm sure like that kind of an award really is the best kind. And so when you were putting your content out there, or when you're using your social media, what do you think each of you did, or what do you do as a practice that maybe makes you stand out a bit more from the others?
Well, I think, are we still going in order?
Yeah.
I literally think that it wasn't so much, like you said, it wasn't so much that we were better, because there was some phenomenal marketers in that challenge. I think it was more that we seemed to be everywhere. So we were taking some immediate action and kind of having a presence. We might have had our primary place, but we were trying to take action and be a little bit of everywhere, and kind of engaging also other leaders and other more influencers, which kind of also kind of got us out there because we were taking initiative to engage those people.
Right.
Yeah, I'll agree with Christina in the sense that I don't think that I don't think that our content was necessarily better. I definitely think there were some people out there that probably even had that had better content. The one thing that the three of us did though was we were all extremely consistent. We never disappeared for a week and then came back and shot somebody with 15 things that we had built up for the last 2 weeks, but hadn't taken the time to share. So it was very consistent in our following. Therefore, our followers were consistently building. Also, I think the three of us, which was kind of unique, is that the three of us had worked together individually during the 100-day challenge. None of us intended on really, I don't think, going for this particular award, but we recognized the skills that we had and the skills that the other individuals had, and came together and found a way that we can work together and build up each other. So we didn't see it as a unique I'm against you kind of thing, but how can we mutually help the community as a whole, our audience as a whole, by working together and highlighting other people.
That's awesome.
I love that.
I didn't even know that you guys had done that. That's awesome. Like, and it obviously worked, guys. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, we had done webinars with each other about other topics. I know Tom taught me some Twitter stuff that I put into place for about 10 to 14 days and built up my Twitter following. I mean, one day he showed me how to do some things, and one day I got, Tom, you may remember the number, but it was 40 some odd followers in like 10 minutes.
What? Really?
Yeah. On Twitter, and then Christina and I we had gotten together on a webinar that she was hosting and sharing some information. So and really collaborated together, not working in the silos. So I think somebody on here said, I think it was you, Angel, in home business and network marketing, sometimes you can feel like you're a little isolated without a community, but in the community of the 100-Day Biz Builder Challenge, in the MLSP community at large, so many people willing to collaborate together for the greater good of our following, as well as lifting up each other.
Absolutely. And I think people who sit on the sidelines or don't jump into these opportunities to get this kind of training don't realize what they're missing. Like the 100-Day Business Builder Challenge, I wasn't even really that familiar with. I was pretty MLSP. I think I started in March, so I wasn't 100% sure what it was. It sounded like something that I needed to do. And then you walk away from it not only with the tools and training that you get during those 100 days, but with these relationships. And so if you're out there and you're feeling isolated and you're feeling like you don't have that community, get into these types of groups, get into things like MLSP, get into these communities where you're supported, because it makes such a huge difference, and it'll make a difference in how you are able to stick through it too, and you have that support, people who have gone through the same things as you or are going through the same things as you, and you have people to bounce stuff off of and get ideas from. So Tom, you go ahead.
Yeah, it kind of comes back to what was just said there. It's consistency. Yeah, I mean, just to always be there. I mean, how many times do you consistently hear the word consistency? It's just like, you know, in everything that we do, if you're consistent and stick with it, you're going to pull ahead of so many other people. You don't have to be the smartest one out there. But it's the old, discipline trumps talent kind of saying that made a difference here. So it was consistency for all of us, and also it was engagement, because one of the things that's really important is on any group like this, you are learning from your peers, where you're learning from the other people in your that are going along with it. It's not a situation where there's two guys that are leading the whole thing and they're giving out all the information. No, you learn from everyone else. I mean, the other people here that have an MBA, it's like that's one of the things I learned in business school. It's like, oh, the teachers are great. The other students are even better. That's where you get so much of your education. And the same way here. So I think engagement was a big key to it as well.
And so do you guys have any ways or any advice for people who are struggling with getting engagement from others, getting people's eyes on their content, or getting traffic to their sites, or basically just building that fan base? Do you have any ways that you could help them, that you could give them, just even one tip that you would have for somebody struggling right now?
Well, that's a very good question, Angel. That's ongoing learning that we have, right? I have actually two tips. One, get over yourself. Understand, get in touch with why you're in business and why you want to do this. For all of us, we all truly have a passion for helping others. So if you truly have that passion for helping others, you gotta I don't know. Sometimes you can do for others when you can't do for yourself. So really getting in touch with that concept helps you get yourself to the place where you're uncomfortable. And when you're uncomfortable, then you're actually reaching out in medium. For example, I'm on video now. Who would have ever thought it? But it's important for me to get out there. And also being me. I was so busy trying to be this person or that person. Once I just relaxed and just started being me and let my personality come out, then the people that are meant to be connected with me are finding them. So those are the two tips that I would say.
That is awesome, because it's true. And Diane Hockman just said to us recently that you can watch two people doing the exact same video, and you can watch one and just be like drawn in, and you can't get enough of it. You can watch that same video done by somebody else and you're just like, well, that wasn't very good. And your personality comes out and your intention comes out. If you're doing it for the wrong reasons, if you're only putting stuff out there with a greedy reason, it's going to come through. And so you've really got to do that mindset work and check yourself and make sure that you're in this for the right intentions. And I'm so proud of you for your videos, because you're awesome on video. Your personality is amazing and people are just drawn to you. So I'm so happy that through the course you were able to get over that and know that you can just be yourself. Same thing for me. Something like this would have stressed me out. I would have been worried for about 1 or 2 weeks about what am I going to say to you guys and how is it going to come across, and is it going to be good enough? And I've realized through watching everybody and talking to everybody that people aren't judging you. It's about what you're putting out there and who you're being. And so it's taken a lot of stress off of me that way.
I think ironically, here's the ironic thing. Every last one of you guys, I absolutely plugged into, like, secretly during the 100-day challenge. Like I plugged into you and I was like, huh, I could probably do this whole video blogging thing. And then I plugged into Tom and like Tom literally can do a video in 90 seconds and be so him, like his personality. And Felicia is just magnanimous and blah blah when she's doing her videos, and she's so her. So I kept plugging into you guys to figure out how to be me.
That's awesome. Well, it worked.
Yeah.
Alicia, what are your tips?
I guess my tip is one to be positive. So many, like you said, on the like Diane Hockman shared, watching somebody's video or reading somebody's content. Sometimes a piece of content or a video comes from the me perspective, or comes from a place of kind of negativity on things. And being very cognizant of flipping that around, keeping it positive, keeping it optimistic, keep that strong outlook, but also, and like Christina said, keeping it on what's, a place of service. What's in it for them? Why would they really want to follow you? Nobody wants to follow you because they want to buy your stuff. They just don't. They're not following any of us because they want to buy something from us. If anyone is following us, they're following us because we are able to give them optimism, because we are able to provide a solution to a problem that they are currently having, without making them feel bad or feel guilty or feel down for having that challenge. Because hopefully none of my followers ever feel negative for having the challenge that they're having, but they feel that that I can still help them in recognizing the challenge. Probably the other biggest piece of guidance is look forward to criticism. Embrace the criticism. Learn from the criticism. Now, that doesn't mean take every bit of criticism from every person that you get it from and take it to heart for absolute factual truth, because that's not the case either. But if you're doing anything of a strong, if you're doing anything big, anything that's important, you are going to get criticism from people. Some people mean it for good, some people mean it for bad, but even those ones that it starts out meaning for bad, if you give a little bit of attention to it, there's something good to be learned there. Be open and embrace that. And I think so many people do get closed. Even when the leaders are trying to help them, they get closed to that, which really, really harms people.
Absolutely. You have to be coachable and be able to adjust. People are going to point, like the people who know what they're doing. I agree. You've got to kind of look at where it's coming from, right? If it's somebody that is where you want to be and they're telling you to correct something, chances are it needs to be corrected. If it's something where you're getting a horrible comment from somebody on your video or on your blog post, that's just a hater, and you got to take that as you're growing and obviously on your way to somewhere, because people are going to try to stifle your success. I like when you say that you hope that your viewers never feel bad. And you know what, Felicia, you could deliver horrible news to somebody, but the way that you do it, nobody's going to feel bad, because you have this energy about you and your smile and the way you talk. Like, you bring so much energy into your videos. I don't think anybody could ever leave any bit of your content feeling bad. Like, if anything, you feel awesome. So you could tell somebody that their cat just died and they'd walk away like, oh, she's so amazing.
Thank you, Angel. That is so fun to hear. Hopefully, I never deliver the news that your cat died. But I certainly appreciate knowing that the energy comes through. And like y'all said, your intentions come through. No matter what, your intentions come through.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead, Tom.
Well, now I know who to talk to next time a pet keels over here. to spread the news. The things that come to mind for me for the tips are focus and learning. One of the reasons I think that we are here, that we're talking about our success in this, is because, to a large degree, certainly for me anyway, just the ability to focus on one particular thing and get good at it. One of the things that I find in this industry is there's so many shiny objects out there, and it's like, oh, Instagram looks like fun. Oh, YouTube looks like fun. Oh, what's this LinkedIn thing? And you can just be a jack of all trades, but a master of none when it comes to this stuff. And for me, it's really that focus. The other thing is learning. And just listening to what you're saying there, Angel, about what you have learned from how Felicia delivers her videos. It's like there's something to be learned from everyone. I mean, are you going to resonate with every single person that you come across in here? Of course not. There's too many diverse personalities. Some you're going to make a real good connection with. Others, it's not going to be a great connection. But you can learn something from everyone, and I think that is, especially someone starting out, that is just such a key thing. And to me, that's part of the fun. It's like, okay, what can I learn here? What can I learn here? What can I learn here? Because it's that old invest, learn, teach. It's like you want to do the learning part. You have to keep your eyes open to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's good stuff, Tom.
Yeah, for sure. And I agree. Like I have fallen victim to that, trying to jump around on too many things. And you want to kind of be this superstar that shines on all platforms because you want to look like you're have such a great following and you know that you can engage, but honestly you can't. I kind of had to come up with a schedule so I'm not as engaging on some platforms as I used to be, just because there's not enough time in the day. But I agree. Like I started with video and blogging, then it was like, oh, well, Google Plus is so awesome, and okay, but I want to be big on Twitter, and I let Facebook go, and you know, it's just funny. So you have to narrow your focus, and it's just like MLSP teaches us, is that you want to find one thing, focus on that, master it before you move on to something else. Because if you can be sort of good at a bunch of things, but if you can be awesome at one thing, that's where it's all going to make the difference. And so each of you are such a good example of that, because that's what you've done. You've been able to focus. And I think getting together and supporting each other the way you did is just awesome. And you can each pull something from each other and support each other and learn something new from each other each time that you do that.
Yeah. I actually wanted to just say that I think you kind of hit the nail on the head with, you know, when it comes to mastering that one thing or whatever, because the key that takes you time to really come to understand is becoming an authority on something. And so that, I think that's really important, and really having, you know, people that sort of leverage each other. I mean, Tom is very good about, you know, when you start looking at a shiny object, Tom will slap you down and be like, that's a shiny object.
That's awesome. You need that sometimes. I was just going to kind of end it here with saying that each of you do your own training, and I think everybody should be, if you're out there and you're wanting to follow some key people, I'll put all the way to connect with you in the post, like I say, and get, you know, following you and get on your list, that they can be let known of webinars that you guys are doing and be able to follow you. If you're out there and you need community, like I say, MLSP is a great place to be able to do that. These are just a few of the amazing people that we get to connect with and get to learn from, and it's just a place of support. Are you all headed to Live the Dream next weekend?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. Christina, you had to cancel, I know, sorry. But Tom, are you headed there?
I'm not going to make it this time.
Yeah. Neither am I don't think. I'm still on the last-minute fence here, hoping that I might be able to pull something off to get there, but for sure next year. Can't wait to hear all about it, though. Any closing comments that you want to put out there for anybody who's watching?
I do. I mean, I know that we're known for our the social media, and I'm sorry, whoever I just jumped over. I know that we're known so much for our social media, and we talked a lot about the social media platforms that we're part of. But one of the things that was really strongly reiterated for me is even though you choose one marketing strategy that you really go in and master, not to build your entire company and your entire presence on one platform that you don't own. I think we all also have a strong blog and see the value in building up a list of followers that is off of social media. And that is an absolute must. I see many people come into online marketing thinking that they're going to be able to do it simply by posting links out on their social media platform of choice, without, one, providing content, and two, without having a piece of owned real estate. And I do think it's very important to supplement your social media with something that you own and that you can control and that you can regroup. That you can regroup, and really show your personality should a platform change on you.
Yeah. Right, good point.
I would say that, actually, Tom, go ahead, because you were going to start.
Oh, yeah, the thing that I was going to kind of conclude with there is learn from what Angel is doing here. Because this is one of the things that's like, we all talk to each other, and are we really saying anything that we haven't said to each other before? Maybe not, but she's putting together a forum for us to get together. It helps us because it adds to our credibility. It helps her. She gets some content. But what I'm saying here is learn from how this process is done. There's no reason that we can't all have the next session like this. Talk to people that we want to be talking to. So Angel, I just appreciate you putting this together, and there's all kinds of benefits for it from both sides.
Oh, I appreciate it so much, Tom, and I appreciate that you guys would take time out of your day to do this. And I want to honor you guys, and I want to congratulate you. I think it's such a huge thing. And yeah, I mean, I'm finding that, if you want to talk to someone, ask them. There's so many people out there that are willing to do this, and I mean, I was surprised at first, but really, like, we kind of can build people up in our mind. Like, we watch these people, we watch their blogs, we watch their videos, we go to their webinars, and we kind of feel like they're so far ahead of us that they're unreachable, and it's so not true. There's been so many people that I've reached out to that are like, yeah, for sure, I would love to talk to you, or I'd love to do an interview with you, and it's, they're there to teach you, but they're also they're there to connect with, and I think if people need to get over that fear and just ask.
I think that's boom. I mean, here's the thing that all four of us have done. All four of us have actually reached out to cut our learning curve. So we've been willing to, invest in the right kind of training from the right kind of people and leaders who have also helped us position ourselves in a way that we can offer that kind of value to other people. But we also have not been so jaded to have to, cut off the opportunity to learn from each other and other people who might not be the leader, who might not be the guru, but they're accessible and they have a direct line to the leader and the guru. And if you are a person who's just starting off or has a small budget, it's very key to really plug into the people who have a direct line to the source, as we've all come to learn, of a lot of knowledge, because that's how you cut the learning curve and really get to scale your business quicker.
Oh, very good point. That's so key, because there's so many people out there who obviously didn't take this course with us, and we're either offering this information for free most of the time, or doing very low cost products and putting this information out there, or webinars. Like, you have access to the same information that we just got, and we're putting it out there for you. So that's why it's so key to follow people. I think people need to get, like you said before, get over yourself, and chances are there's a lot of people who know a lot more than you, or that know a lot of different stuff that you don't know, and so it's being able to kind of take a step back, and instead of trying to put on this persona of knowing everything, and acting like you're already something big when possibly that's not true, and being able to connect with people. Like, you see so many people out there, and we know just from reaching out to people and talking to them, like, I would say 75% of the time the answers that I'm getting likely aren't true, but people are just so resistant to be honest with where they're at within their business, that they want to look like they're so much more successful than they are, and that's kind of just a pattern I see in this industry. But I think when you're honest and raw, we all have to start from somewhere. Nobody starts off super successful, and so if you can get around a community where you can be honest with people and learn from them, it makes such a difference. But okay, well, I really appreciate you guys, and I congratulate you. And do you guys want to say on here the best place for people to get in touch with you? I'll put it on the blog too, but because this will be in video, why don't you guys just tell people how to get in touch with you? Christina, you want to go first?
You can you can reach me on facebook.com/aiming high, the number 4 ever, all one word. Send me an email to Christina Irvin at ce-biz-solutions.com.
Awesome. Go ahead, Felicia.
The best places to reach me are on my blog as well as my Facebook fan page. So you find my blog at feliciamupo.com. So it's FELICIA, last name M as in Michael, U, P as in Paul, O.com. And fill in your information on there, and you'll automatically be subscribed to my Inner Circle newsletter and find out about the weekly webinars that I have going on and other training opportunities in my content. But then also on my Facebook fan page, which is facebook.com/the-Felicia-Mupo. And that is my Facebook fan page where I put a lot of content as well as just kind of fun posts.
Awesome. Yes, your content's awesome.
Fun stuff.
Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah. 2 places you can look at my blog, which is workwithtomleonard.com. It's workwithtom, LEONARD.com. No big surprise there. And the other thing is find me on Twitter. My name there is at OneFastTrack, the number 1, FASTTRACK. So find me on there. That's the best place. Start a conversation. If you're out there listening to this, start a conversation on there, and I can show you how Twitter can work for you.
Awesome. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. You're all accessible. Like, people watching this are like, oh, okay, I just learned something. Reach out, connect, ask questions. If there's something on here that you heard that you want to know more about, reach out to one of these people, or reach out to all of them. Get in the group. There's no reason that you can't be part of this group and get to know everybody. And everybody here, although they're awesome, and one, they are regular human beings who are going to be kind and just totally accept anything that you want to say and will help you. So they're not unreachable. I appreciate you guys so much, and you know, I look forward to watching you guys just have huge success, and the content that you're putting out there is amazing, and I can just tell you guys are on this huge momentum. You're going to be the rock stars when the 100-Day Business Builder rolls around again. I can't wait to watch you guys do the training and be those people that this whole new group is going to be looking up to, and the tips that you're going to have, because each of you are so individual and so caring and just so awesome at what you do, that it's just, you're going to put out so much value for people that is just, they're going to be thanking you this time next year, and you'll be these rock stars that everybody's going to be reaching out to, hoping that they can talk to you. And then you'll be charging for the webinars.
Thank you, Angel and Christina and Tom. This is so much fun. This is a lot of fun to do this. I really appreciate you including me.
Oh, thank you. Okay, I'm going to stop the broadcast here, guys. So thanks again, and reach out to them.